I wasn't quite sure that a4 is a move that you really need to make after a5. Because while black transfer the knight to b6, I don't see the plan for white, because playing c4 is connected with some creating of weak squares. I mean, like just black simply may play bishop e6 at some point, and
yeah, it's like usually a4 is not great idea, because indeed black puts the knight on d5 as he did in the game, and you can practically never play c4 because the knight goes to b4. Yeah, so knight d5, bishop h2. I believe what white has to do is move his knight from f3 somewhere else. Like the knight is restricted with f6 pawn.
Like playing
it's not doing too much. Like knight d. Okay,
yeah,
no,
okay,
I mean what
e6.
he did is fine. Rook e1, logical. h5, knight to d2, f5. Okay, attacking
c3.
So c3 is a decent move
yeah,
to
so
make.
he didn't want to start with knight c4, or maybe he could.
He
turn
could go
to f3, but then f4. Can I play f4? I mean, like you can take on d5, but still, I mean.
Okay, so what did Jan do? So he went c3, Nepo, yeah. Bishop h6, knight c4, f4, and I think there were a few more moves. Knight e5, queen f3. Yeah, knight e5, queen g5, queen f3. That's the current position.
So I think a lot of blitz players would consider taking on e6 in this position.
As a rook e6, knight e5, bishop c2, queen d3, something. Well, it's not pointless at all. I mean, that's actually a typical way in such positions, right? Well, usually it's somewhat more beneficial, because when you take on e6, this pawn from f4 is usually on e7. I mean, that I can tell you as the guy who played Alekhine defense a lot. So, that's very typical. And then they sacrifice you on e6. They sacrifice and exchange on e6, and you have those double pawns, plus the g6 is weak. So here as well, rook e6 wouldn't be such a terrible decision, and then just to go knight e5 maybe, right? And then bishop c2. But okay, Jan decided to keep the material balanced as of now. So he went knight e5, queen g5, queen f3. Isn't black somewhat stuck? Because, look. Okay,
so I mean, it's kind of difficult to find the next move. Okay,
I mean, he can bring the rook, yes, and white can try to do the same, like rook a to d1, whatever, it makes sense, or
maybe
rook
double.
Rook e2, rook e1. Yeah, it's just that the whole setup on the king side for black is not really moving. Bishop g7 would allow bishop takes d5, queen takes f4, or maybe not in this version, because the rook on e2.
But at least I can just
we just bring the other rook. Yeah, bishop g7 is not like this move changes something.
Yeah, so maybe I was
it's not
too optimistic about black's position after playing a4, but now we can see that still there is some advantage remaining for white.
And then white does what? White doubles on e-file, and then he goes knight d3
and
c5. Apparently, or just take on f4. I mean, in some version. In some versions.
That's maybe the main idea.
Right, what's the times? It feels like... well, it's...
So rook a, e8
16 versus 17, yeah, so that's fine. Rook a to e8 is played.
And probably rook e2 is not a bad move. I mean, like, of course there is no bishop g4 ideas. So rook e2.
Alright.
Is there any
f6? No.
And after knight d3?
Knight d3, bishop g4. No, you can...
Yes, I can take
you
there
take
and
the
take
bishop,
d5.
and you take f4 immediately, maybe. No, you can't take f4. e2, rook is hanging.
And also I can take on d5 because of
you take pawn takes, yes.
And the rook is hanging.
Rook is hanging, that's the problem. Does that work?
Yes.
So rook e2 is a silly move then.
Yeah, so I said that there is probably no bishop g4, but there is
a
version where bishop
g2 is not
suddenly works.
Rook e2 is not great.
Maybe there is still something. By the way, can I just pass playing rook a e1?
So
Or you can
pawn
just
takes
simply
and queen
take
f6.
and queen f6 and there is no
Queen
toxic
f6,
at all.
no.
Everything is solid in black's camp.
You know what, on the other hand,
Yeah, but Jan played rook e2.
Jan did play rook e2.
Yes.
So after f6, what's his plan
Going to
B?
do.
Plan B. Okay, he can get knight c4 back. So that the d3 square is still available for the queen. So
And now?
he doesn't lose material this way.
Yes.
And knight d6, and now the bishop on e6 is not stable. However,
Yeah, so rook e2 plan is working.
yeah, perhaps. So rook e2, next move rook e1.
And probably we is calculating f6 now. Still. Yes, but if there is nothing forced after f6 knight c4, it means it's just black have created another weakness for themselves.
Yeah, it's like f6 is not the move you are happy
With.
Well, technically it's still possible, right? Bishop g4, h takes, the queen is hanging, so you are forced to go queen g3. Then I take on e2, sorry, queen d3. Then I take on e2, go g3. Who knows what that? I mean, queen takes and g3, so winning the piece back. But by that time, I don't know, some knight d6 might happen. Yeah.
You know, like you can take king takes or king h1.
Maybe king h1, I don't know.
I think
just
after
to get-
king h1 white is slightly better. Because the bishop... Okay, I can say that's a good bishop on h6 obviously. With this pawn structure, and white is planning to play probably not queen a6 but maybe just simply queen f3 or rook a1.
Rook e1, then queen f3, right?
Also
like
b7 is
king-
hanging, so that's why maybe that's a
This is
version where
tricky.
white even can sacrifice a
Tricky.
pawn.
Okay, so Wei is thinking, let's leave him in this position. Let's see the third game of the tiebreak, the third match.
Yeah,
Chris
Chris
Schuck
Schuck.
against. But then he apparently, I mean, I mean Wei has blundered, because yeah, that's very simple solution. h4, you cannot take on h4 because knight g6, so queen f5. And bishop c2. Very simple.
Yeah,
no
so we
mis-
can
no,
claim
no
that
mystery.
White is better.
Why not winning?
At least better.
So the queen for 2 minor pieces should be. Ah, okay. So at least he's getting, yeah,
An
he's getting
exchange.
one of the exchanges.
And
there.
also the bishop is a bit
bishop
stuck.
f5. All right. So that's not as simple. Rook e1, bishop g7. I can see it, yeah. The bishop on h2 is not great.
Yeah, but the pawn in 5 is... I can't say that it is untouchable, but yes, because
Yeah, he will.
black may take with the bishop and...
He will get to this pawn. Rook f5 is another,
Yeah.
say, reinforcement. Rook f5, king h7, and then finally
So what
take
to do
on
with
e5.
white there? How to
So interestingly enough, it's
secure
not,
the advantage?
It's not that simple. Was he forced, if we are talking move 23, was he forced to take, or later, yeah, rook c2 of course, yeah, fe5, here, could white do something else? Or,
I think not really.
it's like he could save the exchange by not taking on
Yeah.
e5, by doing something else, like queen d1. But then, black goes e4 and says, you know, I have some initiative, right?
Yeah, this position reminds me some lines of King's Indian defense. Well, I remember one famous blitz, but still famous game between Kramnik and Kasparov, where Kasparov
the queen
sacrificed the queen
sacrifice, yeah, the
for
queen
2 minor
sacrifice
pieces.
for 2 minors in Averbach line,
Yeah.
I believe, or Petrosyan line.
Yeah, Petrosyan, right.
An early d5, yeah.
Yeah, it was somewhere
Anyway,
94.
Search, Kramnik, Kasparov, blitz, I believe it was in Moscow as well.
Yeah,
that's
1994 probably.
One of the really, really nice games in the King's Indian. G3, played by Jan Nepomniachtchi in our position. Yeah, well,
Yeah, so, but yeah,
picturesque.
starting from
C4 first, yeah, pawn. Knight b4, queen d2.
bishop takes e5.
No, he took with the rook first,
sorry,
of
yeah.
course. Yeah, he took with the rook. Rook takes, bishop takes, and then g3.
And now the structure
Yeah,
completely reminds me of King's Indian defense.
clever. Yeah, but I think what Jan does is very clever. just, you know, opening the position so
Yeah.
that this way you can prove that the queen is stronger piece.
And Wei is trying to prove that black is not worse. I mean, obviously there.
Yeah. Okay. So what do? You take on g3 and then bishop
I just
g3.
play king g7 and rook f7 probably.
g7, rook f7.
Starting with rook f7, which is
Queen d8 then.
yeah, queen d8. I'm wondering.
Yeah, it's like the structure is not compact enough.
Yes.
And usually,
And knight is restricted.
yeah, usually you prefer the bishop, you know. I mean, trying to set up a fortress in positions like that, you prefer the bishop because knight cannot really shift quickly from one wing to another.
But the problem is that I think that we couldn't avoid the trade of bishops. Otherwise, some bishop c7.
Yeah, bishop c7, bishop d6. Yeah, no, I mean, I think the position is just bad. I think the position was just bad. So here, how do you even keep it?
That's a good question.
Could it be that you have to give the c pawn? Like you go c5 for instance.
Or give the b pawn playing rook f5.
I
mean,
yeah,
I'm trying
this
to activate
This might
the
be, by the way.
knight.
Rook f5? No, maybe you're not actually. Maybe you don't care. Maybe just claim that no, this is not a fortress. Now I realize. Yeah, check. King goes. Queen c7. You go to h6 for instance. I take.
Maybe I can play queen b8 first.
But yeah, but this is like you're trying to get a tempo.
Fruits,
okay,
yeah, the position.
Maybe you'll get, but okay, queen f7. I don't see much of a counterplay from black side. Yeah, even if you take on b7 immediately, that's
yeah, even there.
Yeah, and what I thought that it could be some sort of a fortress, but the moment I realized that white takes and then goes queen b6 and then goes c5, so the a5 pawn is also gone.
Yep.
The other way to do it, to try to do it, would be to go c5 and after say queen d6 to go king g7, after queen c5 to go knight c6. So claiming that, yeah, I will keep it like that, I will protect the b pawn with my rook and try to pretend that you're not breaking through.
I mean,
there should be some way.
now or later I think that we have to play king g2, g4 and king g3, otherwise how to cross the f file.
Well, there is also an idea to break through with queen b6, c5 and then b4.
Also.
So, yeah,
but it's connected with some counter
once
chances.
again, objectively this should
should
be winning. Yeah, that in rapid of course you do. Well, I mean, you keep playing no matter what. I mean, that's if you lose, it's the last game of the match. So obviously, Wei will try to find all the chances. That's what he does in.
That is the current position. Well,
yeah.
We start to think.
F takes g3, and he think. Yeah, I think he's got some
he
time.
looks puzzled.
So far, how does it look? It does look that Hikaru is gonna be through. It does look that Jan is going to win.
Yeah, we can briefly.
Yeah, once again, Nakamura double
against Wei E.
Yeah, Nepo against Wei E. We can check. Well, it's still a game, but should be completely winning for Jan. I believe he can proceed with h5, simply exchanging this pawn, and then the knight is too far away on the king, on the queen side, and so basically, and we were told that Jan has already finished his game, so maybe we are somewhat behind in the transmission of moves. So that's the only game which is left. Grishuk, the game at our screen, at our actual camera, is the only game which is left. Nepo has won, so he is through to the semi-final. So we do
at least
have
one Russian player.
Yeah. We do have one semi-final, which is Wojtaszek Nakamura, and then we have.
I saw that according to the roster, Wojtaszek is playing with a part of that where.
No, it's the lower.
I think Wojtaszek.
So it's Wojtaszek Nepomniachtchi. Yeah, I'm mistaken. Yes, it's Wojtaszek Nepomniachtchi, and then the upper.
Nakamura is waiting
the upper
for
net,
his compatriot or Alexander Grishuk, and most likely that's.
It's gonna be tense in both cases.
And we should remind you the position on the board on the right side of the screen.
You can
I've tried
switch to Grishuk's game.